Good morning. Today I wanted to hop on for just a minute and talk about the importance of systems, not just for your betterment, but for the betterment of team members that you might be looking to bring on. Recently, I started working with a fellow travel advisor to help her with some of her back office actions that needed to occur to improve her relationships with her clients and really give her time to go out and really sell more travel. And in doing so, we're recognizing a lot of holes in her back office systems. Now, it's not any name calling, it's not finger pointing, but what it does show, you're ready to hire that help. If your systems aren't in place and they're not documented and they're not clean, it's really hard to hand things off. So a couple of the things are, where are you keeping your data? This agent actually uses a CRM tool that I'm very familiar with, and I actually use for my own travel business. But most of her client contact information is not in that CRM. So she has names in there, she has a couple other pieces in there, and mainly the trips that are booked and deposited. And she has not used it to collect birth date information, addresses, or any of that information. Well, in trying to make some payments to one of her trips, that supplier actually requires the birth date for the lead traveler on the trip. And this caused us a little bit of a delay in getting that deposit made on behalf of the client. Why? Because I had to go searching through emails, I had to go searching through some of her other information, and at the end of the day, I actually didn't find the birth date information. And got up this morning to see that she had indeed responded with an email with that information. So I went in this morning and made those payments. But again, just something that took longer than it really needed to in order to make what was a simple activity, making a deposit on a client's booking, that much longer. Another thing I'm noticing is inconsistency. So when you find the right way to run your business and you're doing things in a certain way, you need to be consistent with that process. Now, ideally, you're following it start to finish and every step in between as you're going, but sometimes life gets in the way and you might do a portion and then pause the process and come back to it. You want to make sure that you're actively tracking that information. Because if you don't have a way to know that you need to follow up and finish that, things will get lost and fall through the cracks. And the last thing you want to have happen is a client's deposit, final payment missed because something got lost in your email box, or you had started something and didn't finish it as a result of other things going on in your life. It's really important to know where things reside. The other thing I want to talk to is email. And email is a great tool, but we all get hundreds of emails on any given day. And you need to have a quick way to file and task out those items coming into your email box. I will honestly say I try and follow inbox zero. And it's not a daily inbox zero, it's a weekly inbox zero. So I make sure on a Friday afternoon before I head out for the weekend that my inbox is done and at zero. There is nothing left in my inbox. Anything that had action items that don't need dealt with immediately gets added to my task list or put into a calendar appointment for the following week. And I go from there. This agent has a ton of emails that have been handled but are still in her inbox. There are emails where the filing system isn't consistent. Sometimes it's a first name, sometimes it's a last name. And again, as you're coming into someone else's business to try and help, the last thing you want to do is cause more work. But when consistency isn't done in that process, it takes a little longer to actually handle. I really just wanted to pop on and mention these things. It's two minor things that make all the difference in the world. It's going to help you onboard a virtual assistant, an executive assistant, another team member. It's going to help you be able to hand work off easily in the event that maybe it's not someone on your team regularly, but you are taking a vacation or you are sick and someone needs to step in for a moment. The last thing we want to do when we're trying to be helpful is to ask a ton of questions because we can't find information. And it's those things that can make such a huge difference and take no time to really plan out and build out. But if you're struggling, if you're not the detail-oriented person, definitely book a call with me. Let's talk about what is and isn't working in your back office and in your daily activities. And let's come up with a system that will work for you. Have a great day.